Welcome to Escape Software, where we are the manufacturers and makers and creators of eMotion panoramic website development software. And what we're doing is we are releasing our beta version, and it's mainly for you designers and website developers to get a whack at it, take a try at it, so you can create your own dynamic websites, unlimited, boundless websites. In case you didn't get a chance to go over our website real quick, we'll give you a quick review of what the software does. Basically, it's a boundless software like a large map or canvas. It can be any size you want. So it can be the size of a football field, the size of a billboard. But what it allows you to do is allows you to make compelling, large graphics. Kind of like a throwback to the old ad agency days where you can make the big, beautiful brochures and the big pictures and the big photo shoots. This allows you to go right back to that again, where you as a designer, an artist, a creator, great for advertising agencies because they're very demonstrative. They show off. It's a great way to show off your products, great way to show off your services. It's a great way to show off large items, cars, brand new dashboards, stereos. It's just a great product. A lot of fun too. Has kind of like with all the motion. It allows the customer to stay on the website a lot longer than normal. So real quickly, if you haven't seen it, this is a floating div. Watch this. See that this is stays stationary, whatever else moves around it. But now you can break through the boundaries of the traditional newsletter websites. That's what we like to say. Break the boundaries. Escape the internet. Join the revolution. But so what you're going to do is you're going to scroll over. You're going to go to the shopping cart very quickly, and for a limited time only. It's $29.95. Normally it's per URL, but for now, for the developers beta, we're making the single user open so the developers can have at it, expose their clients to it, let them get a sampling of it. But it's normally $59.95 per URL, but for the beta version for you developers, we've made it $29.95. And we'd like to get you on board so you can try it as inexpensively, and this just basically covers our basic developmental cost of the product. So all you do is hit order now. You go and you will order. No big deal. You've been on the shopping cart before. Order your product, and as soon as you order your product, you will be sent a link, and that link will take you to a place where you can get started, a secret place in the universe. You'll be beamed up. What's cool about the panoramic websites, they do have a little science fiction edge to them, so it's kind of fun. If you're real creative and you like doing far out stuff, you can do anything. You can really do some outrageous websites. Great for entertainers, awesome for movies, anything big, anything again to show off. This is the big website. You can also design full screen. Imagine websites that aren't designed for iPads, that aren't designed for mobile sites, they're actually designed for full screen. And then the opposite, you can design them just for iPads and just for mobile and just for desktop. But what we've done is we've kind of found the sweet spot so that one size does fit all. Upon getting your link, once you get to your link, now you're there. Very simple, like anything else. We've made it so easy. I'll bet you within 15 minutes, unless you just don't understand our tutorial, within 15 minutes you'll be up and designing and having a lot of fun, just imagining what you want to do with your eMotion panoramic website. So already logged in. I've already got my account set up. They actually gave me an account. Can you imagine that? The owner creator. They're always afraid I'm gonna mess something up. Like typing my password wrong. Let's try that again. There we go. I'm not a typist. I'm not a code guy. I am a designer. Basically, all you do is add a new project. Click. No big deal. I've already got a project set up, so let's just go over real fast so you guys can get to work. A couple little concepts you got to understand. This is like a map. What's cool about it, it's an irregular map. You can have a map with squares. I mean, you can have a small map with squares that are 200 pixels by 200 pixels. Just imagine all the things you can do with that, like in a gaming scenario. And inside that, you can, each time you hit one of those squares, you can navigate to any square you want it to navigate. So it's very demonstrative. You can have long map squares. You can have short ones, tall ones, thin ones, fat ones, as the song goes. But what we've done is we found the sweet spot. In other words, the sweet spot is what's the perfect quadrant size that like one size fits all. And the one size that fits all for giving you enough edge transition. Because now you're in a panoramic, you got to get used to the concept of what's in between each page or each panel, the transition. So that's really cool because you can do some great, super creative transition stuff. And I'll tell you, because you can navigate like panning and scrolling, you can also, with your scroll bars, you can pinpoint where you want to go to on your map. So that way, if it's like a mapping, gaming style site that you've designed, something that's more interesting, that makes the a little bit more interactive for the client, then you can do that. All right, so what we found is the perfect map quadrant. And this is why we're so special. We're an irregular map site software. We have 950 pixels. We do everything in pixels, is our height. And we go 1500 pixels is our width. So let's get started. First thing you're going to name your project, and then after you name your project, you're going to put your URL in there. No big deal, done. You guys ready to go to the next step? Then we're going to go and make the quadrant. We already told you that the ideal quadrant for getting started is 950 pixels high by 1500 pixels wide. Now you can set borders in here too. Well, we're not going to set any borders. I don't want you to get too confused yet. You can play with all this other stuff later. I'm just going to get you the stuff that gets you up and running fast. The next thing is you want to center your alignment both vertically and horizontal. So what that means is when you open up your page, everything centers. It makes it really, most people like it, everything to center. You could have everything go top left, top right, whatever you want to do. That's all that's part of your design capabilities, features that you're going to do. Now, one thing about these sites is they can be extremely large. We do have a page load sequence that allows the site to load as fast as possible, but obviously a 1,000-page website, all in one large canvas, is going to take a lot longer than a 30-page or a 21-page or a 14-page website. The sweet spot, though, and what we have found is really, again, for fast load, for the optimum amount of showing off, is probably 2 to 3 columns by, excuse me, let me repeat that. It's 2 to 3 rows by 7 or 8 columns. So that's, 14 to 24 pages, something like that. But also just as fun, you can have one super long timeline site, which is really good for the 2 rows by 20 columns too. Those roll up pretty fast. They're pretty cool. So after that, we recommend, and for the tutorial template that I'm going to give you later on, you're going to get 2 rows by 7 columns. So basically now you have 14 quadrants that are 950 pixels by 1500 pixels. One thing also to know, your real sweet spot, we have found, no matter what device you use, is going to translate from, and this is going to be in the center of your quadrant, your layout area, your hot area, your live image area for most websites is going to be, and this is just you as a designer need to know this, is like 1,000 pixels by 700 pixels, or 1,000 pixels by 600 pixels. That's going to be your sweet spot for your design area, basically your live area. And what you'll do if you were to average almost every website ever designed, that is going to be your live area. 1,000 pixels is going to be your live area for left and right. Most people have real problems scrolling up and down, so technically, though, if you want everything to show up on one screen, you don't want to go past 700 pixels. So what we're doing on our template is we've made our loading quadrant, not page 1, not page 2, but we made it page 3. The reason we made it page 3 is because aesthetically when it loads up, it has plenty of room on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. That way, if you, for some reason, it doesn't center perfect, you got plenty of transition area. One little thing is with big websites, map sites like this, you can always hit the refresh button and it always takes you to your load page, which like there you always have a home page key hidden. And if you want to tell your clients that, it's a little trick of the trade. Just hit the refresh button and it should take you right back home again. Next thing we have is in our navigation. The main form of navigation we have is we put a navigation bar at the top, which you'll see in the template which you designed, and we use scroll bars. But you can also use edge scroll, which you can put the parameters in for edge scroll, and this is your speed. This is your minimum speed and maximum speed. You select scroll borders, and then you put the live area, basically the gas pedal and the brakes. Here, this is where you put your gas pedals and your brakes, and what that does is that allows you to stop and start your live left to right edge scroll. The last thing we have here is we have our floating, like a little compass that has all the parameters, and it just allows you to put this little, with a shift key, toggle key, to put a little compass, left, right, top, bottom, diagonal, scrolling compass that takes you page to page. And you can program that. Everything you want to do on our site, you can do. There's nothing you can't do. It's like a big canvas that you can paint on. You can add tons of WordPress stuff. You can put iframes. I mean, a lot of the technical guys go way over my head. And I can't wait for you guys to get a hold of this so you can add your spin to it, and we can design some phenomenal panoramic websites, and we can truly break out through the boundaries and the borders of the traditional internet and escape the internet. So I hope you want to join the revolution with us and do something great with websites for a change. Now all we have to do is save our package, our kit, and that's it. Now after we save it, we need to open it back up, and this is the last thing we're going to do. Once we save it, we're going to go right down here to the bottom, and we're going to hit package. And we hit package. What that does, that now downloads to us our kit. So this is really cool. Now I might have 2 or 3 kits here to look at. So we're going to go into my download folder. Yes, I got 2 or 3 of them here. Ignore all this other stuff, but this is the main thing right here. You see our Escape-2 kit. You open that up. This is what we're going to have in there, right here. You're going to have a couple little items, and then we're going to go into Photoshop and start designing, which will add an image folder in here. So once the image folder is automatically added in here from Photoshop, we test it out and we're ready to go. So that's kind of the end of the tutorial. There's not much left to say about it except for have fun. Let's create some great websites that have never before been seen by the world. You know, join the revolution. Tell your friend, the artist, and other designers, and let's have some fun. So until we see you next time, which will be on the Photoshop tutorial, take care and join the revolution. Escape the internet now.